Okay, today we're going to be talking about NEarpod, which is a presentation tool that is becoming very necessary for synchronous and asynchronous learning, and then the digital platforms that many schools are facing this year. It is a free website. It's for students, teachers, and administrators. And you can log in using many different platforms. When you log in with Google, it remembers it depending on how your system works. And this is my my account. And I already have 2 lessons that I've already imported in here using Google Slides. Well, PowerPoint. Translated into Google Slides. So pretty much you can create a lesson using media or any of the NEarpod content. You can build in videos and activities, things like that, or you can even import some of your Google Slides. And that's what I did here. This is the again, I'm not going to do live participation or student-paced because I don't have a class to actually engage in a lesson right now, but it will. I've already launched a lesson it keeps coming up with that code. That's the code, and it'll expire in 14 days. So anytime you try to launch a new live participation, you're going to get a code. You should essentially not get that message like I got, but you should get one of these. And then it'll allow you to either copy the link, email it, add it to your Google Classroom, or Microsoft Teams, or Remind. You can also launch a Zoom meeting, so it gives you a couple different options. And this is the presentation tool that I'm in right now. I can open it up in Whiteboard. I can add an activity to it, so it allows you to kind of integrate your Google Slides into the presentation. But I'm going to leave this session and go into the actual editing, which is fine. I don't need I can use another code. And what I did with this lesson is it was originally just a few slides. It was just a few slides. It wasn't, and what I was able to do is I was able to insert certain content into the lesson using activities from NEarpod. The open-ended questions, I was able to make an assessment in the middle, and I was able to add some web content that was originally included in the PowerPoint / Google Slides from years ago, and then a quiz at the end. So I was able to add those into the presentation. And once you add that content, so you basically just add any kind of new content if you want. You can add a regular slide if you want, and it'll pull up this screen just like PowerPoint, just like Keynote, just like Google Slides, whatever you're asking it to do, and it'll give you some options at the top to create your own basic slides. Or you can choose other slides, videos, web content, NEarpod 3D, which I haven't played with that. I haven't played with this either. So there's several different options that it gives you. Or you can add activities, open-ended questions, drag and drop, time to climb. There's many different activities that you can actually integrate a Flipgrid into this. This is really cool that you can integrate other platforms into that. So that's basically what I did. I inserted and created, I didn't create the web content because it's just a YouTube video, but I did the open-ended question, and we can preview this. So this is based on Greg Tang's Masterpieces book. And this is the YouTube video of the story read aloud. So that would be part of the lesson. And then this is specific pages of the book that were selected to engage the children in the math sentences. Claude Monet, again, another riddle. Each second slide is a riddle. In between, this is an open-ended question. And then this is what it's going to ask the children to do. List 3 numbers that make the sum of 10. And this is the example that I give. So there's other examples that the students can do. They're not going to see each other's answers. You're going to actually see their answers. And this, you actually open up the web page and the students can play the game.
Come on, Pops, Adventure City's
this is the only thing that's really annoying, is that it's going to do, because Primary Games is free. Primary Games is free, and it's going to include that. You might want to not include that, but unfortunately primarygames.com is a free website, which is going to include ads and things that you don't want necessarily to interrupt your lesson. So that might not be the best idea.
How many fish?
And the students are going to select the
4.
fish. Okay. You get the idea. And it will go through
How
to
many
10,
fish?
and then the game will end. And then you just click it closed and move on to the next slide. And at the end, here's the quiz. All of these answers are right. And I set it up that way just to give the students some options. And this is basically right from the book. And then that's it. Now, you can actually look at lessons. There is the option when you're navigating NEarpod to actually look at lessons and explore different activities. It has several different options. These can be some of your backup plans. Let's choose this one. K to 2, that's always easy. ELA, that's my favorite. And letter E. And it has pre-made lessons, and you can actually incorporate some of these into your lesson. I know a lot about the letter E. And here's a built-in video that you can play for the students about the letter E. And it's only 3 minutes long.
Hi, everyone!
And then it's going to share a word that you saw that begins with letter E, so they would have to watch the video. And it's going to give certain assessments in between, and and this is just a teacher preview, but there is an option to split screen and be able to look at the different screens for the teacher view and the student view. So either way, you can view that. So I find NearpOd really easy to integrate and edit Google Slides. The only thing I was really upset about was when I originally did these two lessons, they were done in PowerPoint in Microsoft 10 plus years ago when technology was a big deal. And when I moved them over to Google Slides, a lot of the media didn't transfer. Like in this one here, all these bugs were moving around, and it was really cute. And it was dancing, so it's not quite translating like it did in Microsoft PowerPoint, which is kind of sad. Though I probably could open up PowerPoint on here using my Outlook account. And there was some little audio files that were really engaging for the students. But NearpOd has the ability to add different kinds of graphics and things like that to the presentation. So if I wanted to sorry about that. So if I wanted to go in and edit this, and I wanted to add a new slide, I could add some kind of content. I could add some audio if I wanted to, but I would have to obviously save it in a Google Drive or from a Dropbox or from OneDrive. So, and of course, all those files from years ago were Microsoft Office files that were easy to get. But in any event, there are different animation things that you can add to NearpOd. So NearpOd is I do like that you can go through and add activities that you find appropriate. You can weed through, the content, see what's in there, what's going to be suitable for your grade. You can choose, your lessons. You choose your standards, in your state. It's going to be all there for you. Let's do first grade. And so this is exactly what you're going to come up with if this is what you're looking for. And here's all the standards coming from Florida. So it's going to actually give you your specific state standards. So that is a big help when you might have to change lessons or change grades, things like that. So this is going to be really, really helpful. I might actually find this really helpful for my literacy practicum coming up this fall, to be able to get into the Common Core standards via state, because I can change it. I can change the state as well. I can change it to Pennsylvania if I want to, because that's where I'm getting certified. So I want to make sure that it's comparable again to, and it looks like it's comparable to Florida. So that is NearpOd in a nutshell. And I know this is a 15-minute video again, but once you get in and you play with it, I do like the being able to add things and integrate things a little bit. Now I'm going to do another video on Pear Deck, which is a little bit different, and it doesn't seem to have as many of the features as NearpOd does. NearpOd has a lot of free options, and sometimes that is the best thing when you're a student or you're in a Title I school. Free is what you want to be able to give your students so that they can have the best learning experience. So enjoy NearpOd.